Fists raised in the air, a solemn voice cries out, "As God is my witness, I will never be hungry again." The curtain falls, the lights turn on. Hearts soar. This scene is one of the most iconic scenes from one of the most iconic tragedies of all time, Gone with the Wind. In this scene, the character, Scarlett O'Hara, occurs one of the most major transformations that will take place in the entire story of the movie. But at the same time, the audience is also undergoing one of the most dramatic transformations in their emotions for Scarlett. I remember the first time that I had watched Gone with the Wind, I couldn't help but ask, what had moved everyone in the audience? I mean, it's a movie that was made so long ago, yet everyone stood and cheered for this spirit, this person that they had never met before. And it is because of this, a fundamental question arose. Are we to feel the most sympathy for our tragic hero as the tragedy occurs before us as the audience, or when they realize that they are the author of their own demise? As people in the audience like you here today, or when you're sitting on the couch reading your favorite book, it's easy to see where the characters cross the lines between right and wrong, and just and unjust. But pause for a moment and think about your own life. When you look and reflect on the tragedies that occur, on whatever scale, it's not as clear where you cross the line. You see, what makes some of our favorite writers of tragedies, like Shakespeare and Homer and Aristotle, so fantastic at what they do is their ability to tell the tales of the human spirit, to exhume these traits that each of us possess, that only undergoing our own tragedies do we really get to know we have. In reading and in watching some of the best cinema and literature, you can only sit and think, oh my goodness, I can never be this person. I can never make decisions like them. But they are figments of our imagination. These scenes that we see in movies or we read about are ones that we live out. Most of these draw on the inspirations of the people who are all around us making these decisions every day. But I bet most of us here today won't be making this decision on whether we want to give our lives up to save the world from some bomb, or if we want to be, some major humanitarian. But each of us gets to make a lot of decisions in our own lives in small little ways that can help shape our lives and the lives of those around us. You don't have to be the big character in the book to make a difference in your own life, to overcome the tragedies that you have or that I have. They're the traits that are in all of us. And it's just us taking the conscious effort to retrieve them from ourselves and apply them to our everyday lives to make the world a better place. One of my favorite songs by Frank Sinatra is All My Tomorrows. And one of the lines of the song says, "Today I may not know a thing at all, except for just a dream or two. But I've got plans for tomorrow, and all my tomorrows will come true." And so I love that so much, because it is a commitment that each of us here today can take and internalize. Tomorrow is another day. It just is up to us, our dreams and our passions, to exhume the tools that are within us to become the heroes of our own tragedies. We may not get our own movies or miniseries, but we can still make a difference in our lives, and I bet you can make a difference in the lives of those around you. And just remember, no matter what travel or triumph over tragedy may happen in your life, or maybe sometimes you fall short of triumph, take the time to realize how far you have come and what you've accomplished. And just remember that no matter how bad today may seem, tomorrow is another day. Thank you.